Hello and welcome to Sense the Essence. Today let us explore the theme of stretching the time. When we look at time, often our day is all scheduled around time. An interesting thing to note is there is very deep connection between my sense of time and the thoughts that I have. If I feel there is a lot of time, then my thoughts automatically become slow. If I feel there is less time, then my thoughts start to speed up. So it's a beautiful connection between my thoughts and the time. In Hindi, sometimes we call as thoughts as sankalp, and time is kalp. Sankalp and kalp related. And so a very easy way in meditation that we practice to slow down my thoughts is to stretch the time. And I remember that when I was writing my exams and I was a student, there was sometimes a lot of pressure. So if a week is left before the exams, and what happens is when we are preparing, stress is not good for preparation. We need to be in a relaxed state of mind. So to make my mind relaxed, I would often say that I have 7 days, but then there are 24 hours in each day. So I'll multiply 24 by 7. I'll say I have close to 150, 200 hours of preparation. And so I stretch the time. And so then the mind doesn't get bottled onto a week. Or even when 1 day is left, I'll say, okay, it's 24 hours. I'll convert into minutes, into seconds. It's like stretching. So it's like telling the mind, it's all good. There's a lot of time. I don't need to rush. So if I say slow is fast, I stretch the time. And another way to look at it is, quite often, our sense of what I feel is important or not important is also dependent on my sense of time. Generally, we plan our life. We'll say, okay, next month, next year, 5 years, that's it. But if certain situation or someone said something or certain situation is seen as bothering me or keeps on replaying, then one method that I've used and it works for me is I'll say, okay, how much is this scene going to be important for me after 5 years, after 10 years, after 50 years, or in the next lifetime? And the moment I stretch the time in my mind, I come to realize the eternity of my existence. I realize as a spiritual being, I existed before this role, and I will also exist after this role. And so it's very easy for me then to realize that whatever is occupying my mind is not important. So the moment I stretch the time, I'm able to be light, be easy, and not allow any situation or any person to influence my mind. Let us take a moment and just experience this. Let us stretch the time in our minds. Looking at this day, this month, this year. And then I look at this whole life, which has a beginning and end. But I also realize that as a spiritual being, my journey is eternal. I take my mind into eternity.